Alright, I usually don't go and edit these videos, and I guess it's a bit of a spoiler, but I'm just gonna add this to like the front end of the next video. Today's still the 2nd of July, Saturday the 2nd of July, but I made it past the boss. This next area, it's called the Archives. This guy just gave me 22 ore. I'm pretty stacked right now, but what I want to do is get this. Baltazar's Book of Monsters is unlocked. So I just wanted to get that, like, sort of like in game. You can find that book in the archives, and it lets you attune monsters and make them either harder or easier. If they're harder, they give you more experience. If they're easier, well, they're easier to kill. So one or the other. I forget exactly which it is, but yeah. Anyway, that's all I have. I'm gonna leave, and you're probably gonna see the starts or the middle of some other run that has not gotten this far. Nightcrawler the Thief has just had a very lucky game. You know what? I guess I'll show. See, look at all these items. We got all of Curio's collection, which is just really good stat padding, which is probably why we're so far ahead, because we're just all these numbers are decently big. A couple rings, evasion chances 33% basically, or 30%, but we're avoiding one out of every three attacks basically. Uh, what else? We got all of journeymans, I think. Yeah, all of journeymans, which is still stat padding. It gives you like damage reduction. That's good. A little bit of tricksters, a little bit of our disciples. All three scroll of magic missiles, which is very fun. So when I throw out a dagger throw, it shoots out 7 missiles as well. It's just a wall of damage. So yeah, I'm really only here because stats are good. Anyway, if I go up against the last boss on this run, I'm not sure if I want to go and have that recorded or not. I don't want to, like, I guess I'm spoiling things already just by being here and telling you that it's the archives. There's a couple of the enemies that we run into here. There's kind of layout, and I'm kind of spoiling things, I guess, but at the same time, like, I don't know. Anyway, we'll get there when we get there. I don't think I'll make it to the boss. Still have quite a ways to go. So that's it. See ya. All right, so I'm gonna go and try and speed through a couple things real quick. So this is Hammerwatch again. There's probably gonna be like an intro section where I show off a little bit of my good run with the thief. That run ended like in the last area, so I made it super far on that run. With the thief. This is the wizard. I'm not sure if I've shown off the wizard in any capacity up until this point. But basically, it's throw exploding fireball, uh, steady stream of fire, and then we have explode, and then the last one is just rain missiles down on everything. Ooh, this one's a little bit sketch. Honestly, I should just blitz my way through this. I'm okay. Whew. All right. So other thing about the wizard, very like that big explosion you saw. That is a shield that recharges every 7.5 seconds on the first level. Um, that's like the only like sort of defensive or survivability aspect you have is just a counterattack. So there's no like innate evasion, which would also apply to like traps and stuff. There's no like life steal like the warlock has. No shields, nothing like that, right? So the wizard is squishy. Wizard is squishy, and the reason why right now the wizard is level 4. I've tried to do a couple runs, but man, it's been difficult. Wizard is definitely definitely difficult. Glass cannon, and I do not play very survivably. So I'm just real quick like recap of where I'm at right now. I might have someone on call with me, just like coming up. Of course, I'm gonna go ask them if they're okay with their, our conversation being recorded and stuff like that. I don't think anyone listens to these things anyway, but so real quick, I kind of want to. So this is right. This is a friend of mine that I talk to every single weekend. Um, so they know what's happened in the past week, or the week, not the past week, but the week before, right? But I have not gone and recapped that, so I kind of want to go and talk about a couple things that were happening, not just last weekend and the week before. So, so the big thing that happened was a long run of volleyball. Um, so starting on, I think it was Wednesday of last week. So today is the 16th. So we're not talking about the 13th here. We're talking about the 6th. So the 6th, the Wednesday, whatever it is, maybe I got that date wrong, but I'm not going to go check right now. Whenever, yeah, so not this past Wednesday, Wednesday before, you probably understand this, I'm repeating it. There was grass volleyball, then there's grass volleyball the day after that. There's supposed to be sand on the Friday, but it rained on Friday, because it always seems to rain on Fridays when we have grass volleyball. It rained yesterday, for example, and I'm pretty sure that was the second Friday in a row that we had to take volleyball inside. But anyway, yeah, we took volleyball inside, so we played indoor. Then Saturday, there's the makeup for sand. Sunday, there was more grass volleyball. And then Monday and Tuesday, there's also grass volleyball. So I hit 7 days in a row. And that was a little wild, not going to lie. It's probably probably the most consistent exercise I've gotten since like high school. Just based on like high school like swim team. Like it is wild just how much anyway, it was just a very consistent volleyball, and after a week, well, there wasn't any this past Wednesday, but even if there had been, I don't know, like I just probably I needed a break, right? So I didn't do any. I skipped on Thursday. I didn't show up to the event on Thursday, but I showed up to sand yesterday, and then like I kind of hinted earlier, it did rain. Oof. Oh boy. Ugh. God, why do you have to be so squishy? I'm gonna go drain down my ore. I don't care. I need to get her leveled up. Only way to get her leveled up is to keep playing. Keep trying runs. Lifesteal, yes. Alright. Gold gain would also be gonna be helpful. If I really need to after this, maybe I'll go swap to Paladin, and maybe that'll be helpful as well, because if I am on call with my friend, then having a character that's easier to play as having a character that's easier to play as will of course make make things easier, right? All right. Set. I'm gonna go and I don't know what I want to do. Lousy consumables. Take off agile. Luck chance down. We could do relentless threats actually, because I don't think we'll get to a point where yeah, we'll do that. Because I don't think I'll get to a point where great threats are even a threat. So we'll do that. I'm going to use the Magic Anvil, Book of Enlightenment this time. Lifesteal, got a little bit more luck and gold gain. Yeah. All right, so I'm about to hop into call, and you may hear some stuff again. I may be, we'll see. I don't really know what's gonna happen. What we're gonna talk about. So. Hello. Are you okay with being recorded and being in a video?
Yeah, sure, maybe I'll watch what I say.
Well, I mean, on that note, like, I know we had a call on Sunday, right, about some stuff. Did that get resolved?
Um, oh, you're talking like 2 weeks ago?
Was that 2 weeks ago?
Yeah, because I called you with Heather last weekend.
Oh, you're right. Did we have like a actual catch up?
We did. Okay, so we talked briefly, I think.
Oh yeah, and then Heather showed up.
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
and then we
Um,
talked for like another hour or so.
um. Okay, so what had happened up at that point? Did I clued you in on the more drama, right?
Um, yes. I don't think there was like a significant increase in drama. Also, are we okay talking about this stuff here
I mean,
recording?
like this is like my weekly recap videos where I kind of just talk about what happened during my week as I play
Okay.
Heroes of Hammerwatch. Like so, I don't know. Like these things get maybe 6 views or something. It's probably all from my best friend back in California.
Oh, that's kind of cute. I can read a
Um,
diary.
yeah. So yeah, I don't know exactly what I covered with you. And
I'm
like
trying to
like
think of
so see
the
so that's what I'm recording right now. So if like I said, if you're not comfortable, I can just shut this down and it'll never see the light of day.
No, yeah, I'm fine. Like I said, I'll watch what I say. Keep my inflammatory remarks to myself.
I'm not sure how many like inflammatory remarks you really go and express though.
Oh, you know me and my conservative right-leaning views.
Well, even if you were conservative and right leaning, I don't think you were like exceptionally expressive. No, am I wrong? I
That's a
don't
good
know.
question. Oh, what?
Like I feel like I'm a whole lot more expressive, right? Just well, maybe that's just because I have an emotional response to literally everything. But
Yeah, I don't know. I try to stay apolitical, I guess. But I have views.
okay, all right. Well, I don't think you'll be offending anyone. Um,
I think the worst thing I do is sometimes I try to provide nuance to a situation, which is not what people always want to hear.
okay, did you keep track of my Instagram stories throughout the
No.
past couple days? Okay.
I'm probably gonna delete Instagram again soon.
Okay. All right. So last weekend, you probably caught me in the middle of a volleyball spree.
Yes, we were
Okay,
talking about
I
that.
mentioned that. Okay. All right. So I made it to 7 days. It was Wednesday through the this past Tuesday. Um, so yeah, the Wednesday before we last talked to Tuesday, and man, oh my god, like that is the probably. Sorry, I feel a sneeze coming on. Oh my goodness, I lost it. I hate it. Um, so yeah, I that is probably like the most consistently I've gone and exercised since like high school swimming. I'm gonna be honest, because even like in college, when we were going and when I was going and playing volleyball, I don't think I ever hit 7 days in a row. Um, maybe okay. I remember there's one weekend back in freshman year when we were starting and we are all terrible that we did 4 days in a row. Um, Rob, Luke, and I think. Uh, it was like a Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. We had the game on Monday, and they didn't show up because it was rainy. Uh, random memories of a weekend in college, but like I don't think I ever hit 7 days in a row. So and it was good variety too. Got grass 2 days, then indoor, then beach, and then grass 3 days after that. I can go stream. I don't know if you've ever seen.
I'm
Oh,
making breakfast and stuff, so I'm not gonna watch right now.
all right, fine. I won't do that then. Yeah. So that was volleyball. Did I rant to you about the event people on Tuesday, or no? Where
On
you
this
kept?
past Tuesday?
Yes.
I don't think
Okay.
so.
All right. So I can go and bring that up. And then there's some drama with Shannon and Nick again.
Okay, so
Um,
additional drama since this past weekend.
I mean, it kind of just adds on to stuff that happened on Saturday morning. I
Okay, I
don't.
probably know about that stuff then, because we talked Saturday evening.
Okay. All right. So just as a recap, right? On Saturday, Shannon showed up late to volleyball. Um, to
Yeah,
beach
and she
volleyball.
was saying comments to you, like just quiet enough that only you could hear, complaining.
Yeah, complaining about boyfriend and how he's insecure, and they're having arguments. And I kind of lightly said that, hey, I can't, you know, since I am sort of a suspect here, you know, I can't really, I can't really be giving you advice on your relationship, right? Like,
Yep.
I am I wrong? I don't think I'm wrong for like drawing that sort of boundary. Like, hey,
I
like,
think that yeah, the right thing to do is I'm an involved party and I should not decisions or contribute to decisions.
yeah. Or maybe I'm not an involved party. Maybe that's spicing my role up a little bit too much. But like as I'm kind of part of the reason for his insecurity, like I can't be. I don't think I should really be.
Yes.
Yeah. Anyway,
That
so
was who was it? What was the situation with Luke where Sophia like helped write the letter to Allie? Remember that?
I do not remember that. No.
That was oh there was something going on. It was like a message or a letter where I think Luke was trying to end things or set boundaries. And Sophia provided assistance in helping draft that, which was not a good look. I think he was mildly oblivious and said that when delivering.
Well, uh, so okay, so that was Saturday, right? And that's a decent recap of what happened. So on Tuesday in it. Um, There's more volleyball. Nick and Shannon are there. But Nick's like feeling tired or hungry or something, so he goes and leaves an hour early. Um, now, Shannon comes back, and when she comes back, right, so there's a bit of a walk between where we play and the parking lot, right? You can't like see the parking lot from where the grassy area where we play grass volleyball, and it's a there really is like one like optimal route, any other route to the to the volleyball court or to the place where we play volleyball. And, like I said, there's really only one route, right? So you know like if they say they're going to the parking lot, you know where they're going. Um, so and that'll come up a little bit later. So she comes back and she's pissed off, and once again, we rotate and we're both kind of across from each other under the net, and she's once again muttering things to me that only I can hear about how like apparently they got into just another argument right on the walk back to the parking lot, um, about somebody or other. And like I don't know, like I hadn't interacted with her at all up until that point because I was having a little bit of beef with the people who had organized this volleyball session. But like anyway, so she's going and muttering these things to me, and I'm kind of just I I'm just giving her sort of like apologetic shrugs, like, hey, I'm sorry you're dealing with this, that kind of stuff. Because, I don't really know how to, like, what to tell her, Like, okay, your boyfriend's insecure about something or other that he doesn't need to be insecure about, and it's affecting your relationship. Like, I can't really give advice, about right? Like that's it's not her problem to solve the boyfriend's insecurity. I guess it's her problem to solve the relationship, right? But still,
It's a mix, but yeah.
I don't know if you can. Right, there's like a degree of separation there. You're not like comforting the person. You're comforting the person who's supposed to comfort the person,
Yeah.
right? I I don't know. I feel like the issue is so external to me. I can't really do anything but smile sympathetically and kind of be like, yeah, that sucks. I mean, not there's any like room for like solution finding there. Not like I shouldn't be solution finding anyway, or suggesting things, but
Hmm. Yep.
I don't know. I feel like it's an issue that is somewhat external to me, even though I'm kind of, I guess, the target of it.
I feel like most of the time there's an issue with the relationship. Really, the only advice or solution you should provide is you need to communicate with the other involved party.
Exactly.
Like you can play devil's advocate maybe a little bit and like help suggest things in a manner that opens them up to communication with the partner. But yeah, that's
Okay, well, I mean, I guess but I feel like there's a difference between this and your friends going through something with someone who's like abusive or something, or is not respecting their boundaries. Then I think it becomes
yeah, it's different.
that's different, right? Because that's I am concerned about you, and not I am concerned about the relationship. Um,
Yes, the involved individual is different. It's the
yeah.
person, not the relationship.
All right.
Involved
Anyway,
entities.
so he leaves like an hour early. Apparently they had some argument on the walk to or yeah, to the parking lot because she walked him back to his car and stuff like that. Um, and then as everyone else is leaving, because I'm there at closing time. The two of us are walking back, and I probably could be harsher on this boundary, but I once again try and like establish like, hey, I'm kind of a person of interest in this case. I can't. There's a conflict of interest here. Like I said, I feel like I could be more forceful about it, because she once again she starts complaining about the relationship. I'm just like, I I cannot tell you, like, like, I can't tell you to break up. Like, that is maybe the thing that you want to hear from me, but I cannot tell you that. It's just not my, it's just the wrong thing to do, right? Right?
Yeah, you can't say that, and you have to be careful. You got to be careful with what you're saying so you don't like accidentally suggest that without
Yes.
saying it.
So after I kind of like once again remind her like, hey, I kind of need to stay external to all this stuff. Um, she starts, I'm not sure she really picks it up, but because she continues talking about relationships, but I guess it's more focused on her and not like her current relationship. Like she brings up her a 5-year relationship that wasn't very healthy for her. And then she talks about like the things that she's done to like grow personally and stuff. Which you see, like she's mentioned that stuff before, with the quitting the vices and stuff like that. It's like, okay. So we're continue walking to the parking lot, and then we go and see Nick, and Nick's sitting on this bench, and I don't know if he's been sitting here alone for like an hour, or if he left, got food, and came back, but didn't like join us at volleyball. But he's just kind of sitting there, and then he sees the two of us, and we're walking together, and it's just like, oh fuck.
Yeah.
Ugh. So I'm like, oh hey Nick, bye Shannon, bye Nick. Gonna just walk for the rest of the way on my own. It's just, oh my fucking god.
You like message him or like
No, I
to
haven't
make
I
it better
haven't
or
done
worse?
anything. Well, see, that's the thing, right? If I go and message him, it's like, hey, these are the messages I've received from your girlfriends. Don't worry, I'm not like hitting on her or anything. Like, if he's as insecure as she's saying, and maybe he isn't, but if he's as insecure, it's just gonna go and set like, oh my god, they're doing something behind my back, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing is, like, I feel like Nick and I vibe, It's I don't think it's a problem between him and me. It's ultimately it's their relationship, and they need to fix it externally to me if they're having problems, you
Or
know.
I, yeah.
And I so yeah, like I said, if I go and say something like, "Hey, just want to let you know that nothing's happening," like, what's he supposed to think? You know?
Yeah, it's catch 22. You say something that's suspicious. You don't say something suspicious.
So, anyway, that happened. We all three of us saw each other yesterday. I brought Roxy along to volleyball yesterday, but it rained again because it always has to rain on Fridays when we're about to play beach, which sucks. But no, I think Roxy made a decent impression. There was another dog that showed up and she got anxious and started barking. I have gone and looked into like training near me. Actually, one thing that might work out is the trip to Scotland. Maybe if I go and line things up correctly, I can have her boarded and with the trainer basically for the week that I'm gone.
Oh, that would be efficient.
Yeah, because the normal person that I go to for, or the person that I've gone to twice now for Roxy, is going to be out of town in Seattle, um, while I'm in Scotland. So I've got to message a couple other people, and they're just like, they're not as right. It's difficult because I need to get her like more comfortable around other pets and children, because when I'm going and looking for potential people to book with, I need to go and click all these like stipulations like, hey, only dog in the house, no children, things like that, and that makes things very selective. There are a couple services I've looked into, and I told you right before we hopped onto this call, right, that I have a couple calls to make. So I want to go and call the trainer again, and kind of figure out what an evaluation would look like, because of course they're going to go and evaluate Roxy before I go and take her in, and they go and see what help she needs.
I was thinking you were gonna call people we know.
No, 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 no,
Bother
no.
around for it.
No, no, I'm calling a couple services for either dog sitting or either dog sitting or trading. But like I said, this person I'm looking into may be able to do both. So if that's the case, that would work splendidly for me. Yeah. So for the most part, though, like I also found this out. Michigan apparently has one of the strictest is a state with one of the strictest like dog on leash laws. Like if your dog is outside, they need to be leashed. So all this time that I've been taking her off the leash and throwing her around on the baseball fields, I've actually been breaking the law.
Oh, okay. I could probably afford that.
No, yeah, that's true. It is a. Yeah. But anyway, so I did once again though, knowing the law, I kind of spat in the face of it, and I took her off the leash, and I kind of showed off. I was like, hey, this is how far she can go and be off the leash, but still like come back and fetch the ball. I showed off a little bit, because for the most part she is a very, very well trained dog. I went 7 days of volleyball straight, and that means 7 days of her being left alone at home for 4 to 5 hours. Like the worst, like her separation anxiety like showed through, is she rustles her right. So in her crate, there's the dog bed, and then there's like a blanket in there as well. Like she'll rustle up the blanket a little bit, but like the bed isn't overturned or anything. She isn't drooling anymore, or panting a lot heavily like she used to. And then I guess the other sign is, once I get back home, she's super excited to see me, like a little bit too excited to see me. But at the same time, like I feel like most dogs are like that, right? If they love their owners, they're like, oh my goodness, my owner's back. So I don't know. Maybe it's a little bit higher, but like I feel like she's made such good progress with the separation anxiety, and she's so well behaved, even off the leash. I can tell her to come. We went to the vet on Thursday because she needed a shot, and there's no other dogs there. She's super well behaved. The vet comes in, and she immediately goes up to the vet and wants to be the vet's best friend. Which isn't always the case. There are dogs out there that are, scared or aggressive to strangers, and she does not give a shit. She met 10 new people at beach volleyball yesterday. It didn't matter. you know? Now, granted, they didn't go and crowd her or anything, and they're all respectful and stuff like that, but, you know?
Yeah,
She's
it's like
very,
a normal situation for meeting strangers, yeah.
and she's so good about it. They go up to her and... Okay, I will say this. There was one moment where Shannon was subbing out, and she goes over to where Roxy is tied up on the leash, and Roxy like sits in Shannon's lap, and it was like adorable seeing the two of them like there because they're both like super happy. Like I said, shouldn't be saying things like this, but it's true. They both look super happy together. Both look super cute together. It's just I don't know. There's something about just that moment. I probably had like the dumbest smile was across my face. Made me happy. Made me happy. Yeah. So there's a little bit of drama with the event organizers on Tuesday. It felt like they were. I was. They
Ooh,
weren't excluding people. What was that?
I got some drama to tell you after you're done.
Okay.
This story.
So, like, they weren't actively excluding people, but it felt like they were getting close. No! I died. I'm gaming right now.
Yeah, Warhammer.
Heroes of Hammerwatch. Different.
That's the one I meant to say.
Don't worry about it.
Okay, so.
It's fine. Alright, so, like, they weren't actively excluding people, but it felt like they were very, very close to it, and I probably got a little bit more, defensive than I needed to be, but I think it's fine. I think by the end of it, I was able to go and give, the guy a hug and say, hey, look, and then they changed things, right? So this event organizer set up an event on Tuesday, innit? And then Thursday as well, all right? Thursday was advertised very, very differently than Tuesday. It was like proficient only instead of like or not proficient only. It was a an intermediate volleyball event, or volleyball for intermediate players instead of like some veiled things about like, oh, we're gonna test you to see if you're proficient or if you read the if you've read the description. The description mentions that we really only we expect you to be proficient. Like it was a different, like, it advertised itself as a higher sort of like skill event, and that made it better for me.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. That's better than
Than saying, oh, we're open to everyone, but please try to be proficient. Like it's. I liked how it was advertised better. Like that kind of sticks better with me because then a beginner or someone who's playing just for fun sees like intermediate or advanced volleyball, intermediate to advanced volleyball, and they see that like, oh, okay, this is probably not going to be the place for me, as opposed to someone who's like, oh yeah, I think I'm good, and then they come in and when we all kind of, and then they get dogged. So right, I think that's better. Anyway, so I think we've sorted our beef though. Everyone probably assumes that because I skipped on Thursday that I have some problem with them. I don't. I just 7 days in a row, man. It was so good. It was so bad. I got sunburnt on a Saturday because I was wearing a tank top, and I got the sunblock on the shoulders, but I kind of missed some spots on the back that peeked out from the tank top. Mm-hmm. Like kind of the lower shoulder, and you can see like this line, this red line, this patch of like sunburnt skin, and like the top of it is like a bunch of like hills from where you see my fingers like applied the sunblock on the top, but missed it on the lower portion of the shoulder blade. Laura used to be very a big stickler for sunscreen, and I told her, yeah, my mom was anal about that. I understand its use, but I'm also like allergic to a lot of stuff. So I was a little bit more cavalier about it. But after I got the sunburn, I went and texted her. I'm like, hey, you were right. I'll be more stringent with it in the future. It's like always good to hear. Always good to hear that I'm right. Uh, all right, so that was really my week. There's maybe a couple things, but I'll get back to them.
Okay, so drama. There's a meetup group that I know all the organizers. I think we were hanging out and then it became a meetup group.
Mm.
And last week, oh, he's done this before, kind of. There's one organizer, so there was an event going on the weekend, and there was a new guy. So like we got one guy who's really great and really inclusive and like trying to get new people running things. Was like, let them figure it out and learn from their mistakes. And this other guy was like, this event seems bad. I don't know the guy who's running it. I'm taking over. And it was just like, there's a group chat, and there was a whole lot of drama back and forth of like the one guy being like, yeah, don't do that, please. Like, reach out to him and work with him. And he was like, nope, I'm just gonna take over.
Like
And
what? I'm gonna go and like overthrow the monarchy here?
no, like he just like it was somebody else's, right? So I don't know how much you know about the mechanics of meetup. Like you have event organizers, right?
Yeah,
And there
yeah.
can be multiple organizers in a group. So this was an event that somebody else had organized, and
Oh,
he just started changing details and events and places. And I was like, don't do that.
okay. See that's one thing that rubbed me the wrong way about the event on Tuesday. Tuesday, innit? Um, was that another organizer? Right, we had it capped at 12 people because we only had one net.
Hmm.
Because the original organizer were gonna go and only have one net, and then another organizer was like, hey, I can go bring my net, and then we can go bump up the cap. And on Sunday, the same thing had happened, but like the organizer I had beef with got like upset that the other organizer came in and raised like the person count because they were bringing two more nets. Like, hey, we kind of wanted to limit the number of people so that we could like limit who shows up. That's what I overheard on Sunday, and that's what like first ticked me off to like, oh my goodness, they're gonna start excluding people. So, yeah, all right. So event organizers going and messing with other people's events.
Well, it's just this one guy, and he had, I guess, in the week prior, it's like my friend Claire had thrown up some events, and he was like changing the wording and taking off the event caps. And he's just like, so I guess background. He took severance like 2, 3 weeks ago, so he's currently unemployed, looking for a new job.
Hmm.
Like he definitely has too much free time on his hands, but just like, oh, everybody else in the group is like very chill and like we're all on the same page, and this guy just like has decided he wants to make it something super professional and that nobody else is good enough, and just he basically killed the group in like 2 days.
Dang.
I think most of us are still gonna hang out, but it was sad because we'd had some good times in the past couple of months. Like he's kind of a nice enough guy to hang out with in person. Or just he didn't get what he was doing was wrong and was starting to get a little belligerent towards others. So there's that drama. Yeah.
I mean, that's. I mean, it's not exactly the same, but that was what worried me about. Well, a little bit about Tuesday's event was that I don't want this group to turn into an elitist, like, hey, only good players should show up for this thing, right? Especially because this group isn't like even dedicated to volleyball. It's dedicated to like the city of Ann Arbor. There's 6,000 plus people in this group. We just have volleyball events, well, every other day now, but we have a lot of volleyball events and people that are volleyball inclined show up to them, right? my big fear was this turning, or were the event organizers trying to like turn this into like an elite group where, only certain people can show up to events. It's a public group. If you want to go and make something like that, you can go and make a separate group, a separate private group, and limit people that way. Which there is a spin-off group from this group that has done exactly that, but they're like complete assholes to outsiders and new people. Like they will not let me in. You know? Straight up, I am qualified. I've played with a lot of the people a lot of the people in this group. And they're just like, nah. I don't have a reason, Maybe I'm too new. Maybe they don't know me well enough. Even though, like I said, I've played with a lot of people here. Maybe I'm not tall enough, Like they don't see, that's the thing, right? They don't have to give a reason. And I do not want something becoming that sort of exclusive where like there's an in crowd and there's no way to sort of broach that with skill or anything.
Yep.
I don't want somebody who's just coming to play volleyball for a chill time to start getting lectured, the shit out of them just because they have different motivations for playing. So that's why I was so concerned. I've learned from a lot of people who gave me a lot of chances throughout college. Right? I didn't play volleyball until college, and it was a lot of people being like, "Hey, these are things you can improve on. You're bad now, but that's okay. We'll still play with you. We'll just keep the teams. We'll balance teams. I don't want people getting excluded.
Yeah, well, it's not like a sports league.
No, yeah, that's like I said, yeah, it's a public group. Anybody can join this group, whether they're in Ann Arbor or not. Frankly, like I'm not based in Ann Arbor, but like, it's a group for events that are happening in there.
I mean, it sounds like maybe the thing they're doing. So they had the one on Thursday that said like intermediate varied.
Yeah. So they're being more explicit about sort of like the skill level in the in like just like the event itself, right? We want a good game of volleyball, passing and throwing. It's not just volleyball at Gallup Park, and everyone is welcome. It's please be B to A tier, you know.
But like, are they still doing all level events every once in a while?
Oh no. So this is just like a single organizer. Like if you want like the other event organizers will go and set up their own things, But this is just like it's basically just two guys with their net that want good games, right?
Yeah.
But there are other event organizers who have more nets than that are fine, like putting up the the casual games. And or that will put up the casual games, regardless of what these guys do. Right.
Yeah. Okay. So
Which is why I'm able to get so much volleyball in, is because there's so many different organizers, and sometimes they'll be casual. Sometimes it's gonna be this more intermediate stuff now. Sometimes it's gonna be beach. It's just there's just different organizers in different places in Ann Arbor. And that's the other thing, right? It's not just a single venue. Right? Eventually, we might go to apparently this place called Silver Lake, and we're gonna have like a cookout and everything there. We're gonna have the volleyball net set up. Like, it's gonna be a blast. By the way, I don't think I ever thanked you for getting me on this damn app again.
Meetup?
Yes. I don't know if you remember like that rough spy hit back in May.
Yeah. No, I got you to do the drawing one, right?
Yeah, you just pushed me like, hey, you need to get out and do things. And I don't think if you hadn't given me that like little push, it was probably insignificant to you, but like, if you hadn't given me that little, like, I've met so many fucking people. And I'm a regular at this group now. Now it's an anomaly when I don't show up, right? I didn't show up on Thursday, and people are like, wait, what happened to you? You know, like everything good? I'm like, yeah, I needed a break after 7 days straight. Like, that's, but that's good, you know. I found a community, and,
Yeah.
and they know me. They've met my dog. You know, like,
Oh, that's good. That's Well, when we were having that conversation, I remember like basically it seemed like the spot you were in is where I had been probably like mid-December, and then I started doing a lot of meetups and like found close friends and groups to hang out with, and I'm glad that worked out for you too.
all right. So, sorry, I completely like derailed your conversation and started talking more. Was there more like, is there any resolution to this drama beyond the group's kind of just dead?
Nah, that's about it. I'm still pretty close with a lot of the people, so we're gonna keep hanging out. Like Claire and I and Spencer hang out all the time on the regular.
Mm-hmm.
Shrew hits me up, so.
Is Claire the awkward one, or the
No, she just didn't want to be in the
Oh,
video.
okay, yeah. This is the same thing. Okay, maybe okay. Awkward's maybe not the right one. This is the one who just, yeah. Was-
I feel like I should text this to her.
Oh my goodness. So yesterday, I was playing. So you know that conversation we had with the group conversation we had, right, with Luke and Hirsch.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, you know how. I don't know how much this is going to be a spoiler for anyone watching this, right? But we're talking about wedding dates and stuff like that.
You're getting married?
No, you know exactly what we're talking about. Don't be asking dumb questions like that. But so yesterday, there was a bit of a. So we were playing Valorant, but one of my friends had to go AFK for a little while and got hit with a penalty, right? Because they don't want people, going AFK in the middle of games and stuff like that, right?
Yep.
So they try and penalize people. So we had a matchmaking penalty, so we couldn't matchmake for 30 minutes. So what I did was I went live on Instagram, and I was just drawing, right? Because that's what primarily what my Instagram's for, right? It's just drawing. So I was continuing progress on Ridley, working on his wings.
Oh, I did see that.
You
Yes,
did?
okay. Maybe not the wing. Sorry, not the Instagram live, but I saw something on your feed that was like the update.
Oh
Right.
yeah. Yeah. So I went live, and then Morgan shows up. Oh, or no. So first Hirsch shows up and he's like, "Yo, let's split this." So then we were both. I don't know if you know how Instagram lives work, right? But you can like request to be like to be live with somebody else, right? And then it'll be not just their camera feed but yours as well, right? So you're kind of splitting the feed.
Mhm.
So Hirsch asked to be on there, right? And we talk a little bit about sports ball and stuff like that because he and I have been bonding over basketball. But then then Morgan joins the call, and we're like, oh yeah, we got a couple of comments about this weekend next year. Right, we noticed she joined the live, and we started joking about that. It's just like, yeah, I have no idea. I don't have plans for the middle of June, like, next year, I barely have plans for this weekend.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. He planned it far off out in advance.
Hey, no, okay, I respect that they're doing that, though, I respect that, but it's still at the same time, it's just like, holy shit, like, come back to me in like half a year, and maybe we'll think about that. But like, I I cannot tell you, right, and we made fun of him for it too. Like, it's like, oh yeah, I love that comment you made. It's like, oh, we're probably gonna be talking that weekend. I'm not sure. You might. I love that comment you made. It was very funny, and I was glad I was able to sort of piggyback off of that. It's like, oh yeah, can you maybe go and push your wedding date back so that Sean and I can talk?
So they could have done Sunday, right? Sunday was open too.
I, anyway, it was just obviously, you and I had some fun at Luke's expense, but Morgan, right? She sees Hirsch and I together in the live, and we kind of joke about, we kind of make fun of like, hey, yeah, we don't have things planned out like that far in advance, and he's like, he's, and then Luke shows up. He's just like, yeah, y'all were rude. I don't think he's like actually like pissed off or anything like that, but it was just, I'm sure he got a kick out of it. But anyway, that was amusing. Just running into the two of them, sort of last night, or the three of them last night, and kind of just making jokes about the wedding date.
I guess we have to throw a bachelor's party, right? Is that a thing that we do?
I don't.
Groomsmen?
I said this in the chat. Like, I don't know what groomsmen do. I haven't been to a wedding before.
All right, Wiki how to be a groomsman.
I mean, frankly, the person I'd go and ping for this is Laura, because she went to like 5 straight, like over 2021 or something like that.
Okay,
What?
Wiki how to, the first one's breathe, and it's how to get a girlfriend. No, how to be a groomsman. Four ways to be the best man.
Okay, I will say
Number
though.
one is organize the bachelor's party.
It's gonna be in Augusta, right? Like, or do we do the bachelor's party like way in advance?
I don't know.
Like it's not a night before thing, is it?
I think it's a couple of days in advance.
Okay.
Can you imagine doing like a crazy party the day before your wedding and you show up fucked up?
Absolutely, like dumpster. Yeah,
Hungover, yeah.
plastered.
There's rehearsal dinners. What?
Okay, keep in mind this will also be a very southern wedding. I don't know like what that necessarily entails, but just considering like the parentage.
Ooh. Witnesses to the marriage need to sign the license. That probably won't be us. Take pictures of the wedding? There's rehearsals, though. I don't like the idea of rehearsing a wedding.
Why?
It just seems like extra effort. Like, are we gonna get there? Like, when does a wedding rehearsal happen? Like, do we have to be there a full week? Like, do they do it the weekend before? Probably not the weekend before, no, because it would be a venue that's packed.
Oh, I'm gonna have to wear nice clothes.
I got the tux in my office. The Wheaton
Okay, see, actually, I don't mind going like all out, like fancy. It's just this semi-formal bullshit I can't stand. Like I either want to be like formal or, loungewear. I don't do this fucking like in between.
Yeah, no, I mean it's formal one way or another. You either have to wear a suit or you're wearing a tux. We probably have to coordinate though. We wouldn't want one of us to be wearing tux and the rest of us suits.
Is it just us three though? It's not just gonna be us three, right?
No. Well, I think only 3 groomsmen seems like a reasonable number. I don't think you keep packing them in.
So it's
So
just
we're
gonna be us three?
I think.
No, there's got to be some like volleyball player that he's picked up. That'll also join in.
I don't know what the normal number of groomsmen is.
I don't know weddings, my dude.
It's definitely under 5. 5 or under. I do feel a little weird being the groom, like asked to be a groomsman, because like Luke and I get along really well. We don't communicate often.
I mean, I think it's kind of the same thing with with Hirsch. Frankly, I'm not sure how much Hirsch and you know Luke go and talk on the side. You know, he sent me a present, right? I posted this in the group chat. You know what's in
Yeah.
it, right? It's just a bunch of Legos.
You sure it's not
Just
pasta? Have you opened it?
yeah, I've opened it. It's just a bunch of his old Legos. Now, okay, they're not like the oldest things in the world. These are like 2008 level stuff, back when like Bionicle was trying to like kind of close itself out, but not really. It's like hanging on by a thread. But you know, it's still like kind of decent stuff. I'm probably never gonna put it together, but decent stuff.
When did we watch the Bionicles movie?
We watched it together?
I swear we did. I don't know who else I would have watched it with.
Was that in Discord or in person?
I don't remember. Must have been Discord.
I don't like I don't get drunk watching movies, but that is a movie that's old enough that I would go and get drunk to watch that. Like I'm surprised. Yeah. Wow, okay.
Oh, was Luke there? I'm gonna text Luke if he remembers that.
I couldn't tell you. But anyway, like I get that. I get what you're feeling, but frankly I think that's just kind of how Luke is with most of his friends.
The last time I texted Luke, I was at the mac and cheese crawl. And it's just more and more pictures of mac and cheese, and then a picture of me falling over with the text that says "thud."
But that mac and cheese crawl was like from a couple months ago, right? It's not like it was before.
No, that was January.
Oh, okay. I was about to say it's not before we visited Denver.
Oh, fuck! And this was in reference to Morgan. What was the thing that Morgan did? Do you remember that?
No? Did she go on like some wine tasting crawl or something? Is that what you mean?
Okay. I think she texted help drunk at one point, and that was because I text help stuffed.
Did they understand that as a reference to that?
I don't know. That's okay. It was funny to me.
No. Okay. All right. It had its significance.
Bionicle. What Bionicles? Bionicles?
It's It's the Bionic Chronicle.
Okay.
Oh, Shannon's not making it to drills tomorrow. What? Did he respond already?
Like triple speed or something ridiculous. Lol.
Was it triple speed?
It must have been multiple times.
Okay, honestly, that's probably for the best. I Okay, that makes sense. I can't see us like sitting
Yes,
down like
over Discord.
okay, yeah. Okay. That okay. I can't see us like in college just just one night just everyone like gather around the TV, eating dinner together and just watching that just at full speed. That there's no way we would have done something like that. It's just I listen, I'm addicted to Bionicles. I love them so much. There's no way I would there's no way that I would go and recommend that we have an evening out watching that movie.
That's probably why I put it at triple speed. I don't think that movie would be enjoyable to watch for an hour and a half.
Now, okay, did we watch both of them?
No, I think just the first one.
Okay. Oh, I guess there's three, isn't there?
I remember the pacing being terrible, and it felt like they were just trying to introduce all the Bionicles.
Yeah. Yeah, because there's Mask of Life, City of Legends. I think they did the Hordika saga as well. And then there's the Glatorian one, which is this is like 2009, right? I talked about the 2008 when they're kind of trying to wane things off. I haven't not watched that one though. That is a Bionicle movie I have not watched. Because Bionicle ended for me in 2007. 2007? Oh, I guess 2008, I guess. Right? Gosh, now I'm forgetting what years. Because 2006 was Ignika. 2007 was Mari. 2008 was Fantoka. Okay, so maybe 2009. Yeah, 2009, 2010 Bionicle. Just I want to purge from my memory. So that's no. Oh, I died again.
It comes for us all.
All right.
Have you seen gameplay of Death's Door?
Death's Door. I do not believe so.
When you die, it's very dramatic. It's like screen. So the background stays the same, but the rest of the screen becomes black, so in big letters instead of death, and it goes like dawn.
All right. What's that? What the heck? So I got a work email this week that I need to. Okay. November? Okay. I got a email this week that I need to go and turn in my work computer, and
Like an
I'll get
upgrade?
yeah, go renew my work computer basically. Um, Ooh, this is gonna be an interesting run. Sorry, talking about Hammerwatch right now. It's a roguelike. Have I shown you?
I think I watched part of your videos. I don't know if you've actually
Okay,
shown me
okay.
one-on-one.
So it's a roguelike. Roguelite. There's apparently a difference between those two. I
I
don't
think
know what it is.
Rogue Light, you carry over progress slowly,
Yeah.
where roguelike is truly a hard reset each
Okay.
time.
So roguelike then, because there is progression. Like my characters are gaining levels.
Actually,
Uh,
now I want to check this, but yep. There was originally a game called Rogue that had permadeath. So a rogue-like is a game like the game Rogue. That's where it comes from.
ah, funny how things work out like that.
But yes, roguelites have some form of permanency in items or currency acquired.
Oh shoot! Faster enemies turned on. Did not mean for that. It's fine. Got some new skills that are leaving the floor on fire. Oh, okay. This is one thing I didn't talk about. So I since I've been showing up to volleyball a whole lot more, I decided I wanted to get myself a Bluetooth speaker, like a new one, because my old one, I don't think you ever saw it because it was absolute shit. So I got a new one. I kind of I think I cheaped out a little bit. I don't think I spent like over $40 on it. It's probably a little bit small and weak for like two nets. I can cover one net pretty well, but two nets is you're stretching it. So because I now have a speaker, I figured I also need to like come up with some normal playlists, right? Because most of my playlists are emotion based. Have we had this discussion?
I think so.
Okay.
Not you coming up with a new playlist, but like the way your
Okay.
music is structured.
So,
Yeah.
well, most of it is emotion based. So I've got like happy music, sad music, angry music, music for like hyping you up. The only like genre specific playlist I had was my electro swing playlist,
Fuck, I remember that.
which I called "Prancing Between Classes." Um, no, and I think it was good. The other way I've done playlists before is like basically like by an era. So like I have all my high school like classic high school songs all together. Um, I did that in retrospective, and then I have like a bunch of top songs of X year, Y year, So yeah, like I said, I need to go and create new playlists. So the first one I made is called. Oh my god, I wasted that. Oh! I just died to some traps. I didn't do anything. I had a really good loadout too. And now I'm gonna be out of currency. I need to swap characters. Um. So I. So yeah, the first playlist I made. Um. It was called basic, or no, it's called normal music hyphen kinda basic, or kind of basic, no, basic-ish kind of pop, I think it's called. There's two qualifiers in there, but it's just like, I guess any sort of pop song that I've deemed as pop makes it there. There's definitely like some genre bleed over. Right? There's a couple of like punk pop songs in there. There's probably some that might count more as like rock, maybe. Some like more electric stuff, I guess, remixes. So it's not like pure just pop, but it's kind of what makes the best like heading for it, I guess, right? Like everything kind of falls into that genre, and it's a decent vibe, right? There's like 120 songs on it now. Um, yeah, basic-ish kind of pop. Oh, 180 songs. Oh boy, I added to this.
Well, you thought it was 120. Those are both really up there.
Well, it's 170 now, 9 hours long. Then I made a song that's kind of similar to like one of my like running playlists. It's hype songs. These are like songs about like how you're the champion, you're the best, all that kind of music. But this one's weird, right? Because it's not genre. It's not really a genre. Like hype song isn't really a genre. Like any band can come up with a song that's like a hype song, right? Um,
Yeah, I think I do the same thing where it's more mood based, and sometimes the genre changes, the mood stays the same.
okay, but like this playlist has, music from that I've discovered through Apex Legends trailers. It's like okay, fine. And then you get to like some anime intros, and it's like, huh, okay.
Yeah, I have a couple playlists.
And then you have Rivers in the Desert from Persona 5. And then a couple like songs I've discovered from like commercials and stuff. We get this like there's a weird mix in here. This is only 38 songs. Yeah, 38 songs, 2 hours. Oh wait, you follow me on Instagram or on Spotify. You can go and see all of these, right? They're all public, I think.
Yeah, probably.
All right, so then I have positive rock or normal music rock plus rock adjacent. This has 260 songs for 16 hours. And rock adjacent is a better term for it, because a lot of these things probably don't like line up with rock. There's a lot of like songs that you hear on the radio and you know every single word, and then there's a lot of songs in here that you'll never have heard before.
What was it called?
Rock
What's that
plus rock
one?
adjacent. Huh?
I don't know if they're all public,
They're
but I can
not?
see some of them.
Alright, and then I have normal-ish music, alt-rock. This is still a work in progress, but it's 4 hours long, which is, long enough that, right, what I think makes a good... I talked to, like, my best friend from California, just this past week. And because he's pretty good at making playlists, I think. And I asked him, like, hey, how do you go and make yours? And he's like, oh, honestly, he he told me like what he thinks makes a good playlist is if you can go and sit through a session without hearing the same song twice. And you think that's a decent like qualifier for making a good playlist.
Have I told you? Yeah. When I used to work in the grocery store, and
Yes.
there's 3 different versions of Hotel California on the playlist,
Okay.
and I don't think it was 8 hours worth of music, so you could sometimes get like 5 plays with it.
I did not hear. I don't remember it being Hotel California, but I do remember you telling me a couple of songs. Maybe it was more than just Hotel California, but a couple
Yeah.
songs that irritated you to no end.
I wouldn't say maybe it was irritated. It's been enough time, I don't remember, but
Okay.
I like Hotel California. That was a bit much. I remember there's the one I never remember the name. It's When a Man Loves a Woman. And I feel like that's just like a very strong song to play at a grocery store. I always imagine at some point this must have happened. There's like two shoppers that accidentally reach for the same thing at the same time,
Okay, you have a mute cute moment at the grocery store
and
with
then
that
that
song
song
in the background.
it starts at the perfect moment right as they lock eyes.
Well, the song doesn't have to start at that moment. It just that line needs to play just as they touch hands.
No, it has. Well, I think the song opens with that.
Oh, does it? Okay. All right. If it works out that way, great. So yeah, and then so one thing that Shannon mentioned to me when she found out that I was DJing on one of these days is like she let slip that she has a bit of love for country.
Yes, we talked about
We
this.
talked
I thought
about
it was
that. Okay,
it was
that must have been Saturday then. I thought it was later than that. Yeah, so then it must not have been triggered by me DJing then, because I DJ'd after Saturday. Um, yeah, so I went in. This time I actually went through and on mobile, right, you can filter by specific genres. Just any playlist, or maybe just liked songs, but I could filter liked songs by genre. So I did it by country. I threw everything that was labeled, well, almost everything that was labeled country, into a playlist. Cause like not all of these songs I think can you like, play volleyball to, which is the ultimate goal.
Yes,
Um,
I don't think any country music really lends itself to volleyball.
well, okay, so I split up the playlist then into slow sad country and happy country basically. And I think we can maybe with the right audience we can bring out the happy country, but um, it would have to be a pretty accepting audience, non-judgmental. Yeah. Yesterday though, at beach, I wasn't the. I think Brian was the one who brought the speaker and the music. I think you would have liked his playlist. It started out with a lot of Don Henley. Was that not your genre?
Which genre?
Just oldies, right? Like more of the old rock stuff.
Yeah, that tends to be what I lean towards.
All right, so like I said, Don Henley was what it started out as. And Don Henley has some good songs. I like it. So yeah, now I have normal-ish music, alt-rock, normal-ish music, upbeat country, and normal-ish music, slow, sad country. Right? So we have normal music if we're, if we want to have a good time, but then we have normal-ish music if we want to be a little bit more adventurous with what people are going to be listening to.
Oh, my shirts are getting wrinkled. I gotta do something about that. This doesn't really matter. Cat was just there, and now she's not. Oh my goodness, it's not food time. It's not food time for like another 5 hours. It's just patiently waiting here next to her food bowl. Now Scotland is end of this month or be middle of next
It's
month?
the first week of August. Like I leave July 31st midday, and I come back the Sunday after at like 9.
Oh, so you're only going for a week.
Yes. My dad and brother are going for 10 days, but I'm only going for the week because I don't. Okay. So, I don't know if I've told you how chill my new supervisor is. The guy I'm working with, Farhan.
I don't think
All right,
so, but
he's super chill. I told him that. He's like, oh, honestly, you could probably skip. You could probably take an extra day or two off, and I don't think anyone would care. So he tells me, I'm like, yeah, I know, but it would weigh on my conscience. I was like, all right, fine. Because I mentioned how my dad and brother are going there for a week and a half, and I'm not. But anyway, so Farhan, that's my new supervisor. So when all of the rotational employees were starting out, he was kind of one of the uh, subject matter experts. Really, he was one of the ones that was supposed to like help teach us like what we did in our group, right? So he knows a lot of rotational employees. He knows where we kind of started from and all that. Um, and he knows the group well. Um, so, he'd at least seen my name, in the 2 years before we interacted. But, and while it seemed like he was decently chill at the time, um, when we were first getting to know him, like, I had no idea what to expect until I started working for him. So right now we have like a rotational employee, like Olympics, basically. I told you, right, about the Jeopardy a couple weeks back. Right, that's what made me reach out to Laura for the first time in a long time. Because there were questions on national parks. And then, did I show you the logos that I made?
yes, the
Yes.
flamingo and the car on fire.
Yes. So, there's an event. Just yesterday on Friday was the last day where it was the Bake Off. Right. So I went and baked a cheesecake again. Um, so and right, we needed a couple different members from the group from each team to go and bake the same thing, right? So three of our members baked cheesecake. We threw some strawberries on top because there's extra points if fruit was integrated in some way.
That doesn't count as integration.
No, it doesn't. But we're gonna claim that it does, and we'll just let Madeline be the judge of it. Uh, yeah, one of the other
Oh yeah,
groups
we'll
did
just
like,
toss this on top. It'll be okay.
hey, okay. She straight up said, presentation here matters more than like anything else, so it's fine. Anyway, so I let slip, okay, so at some point I let slip that I have a dog, and Farhan was like, "Oh my goodness, my kids love dog. You need to go and send me pictures, now and then, for my kids." So if your Bake Off picture had a pet in it, it gets more points.
Ah, yeah. Well, okay. This I think is when we were talking, and you were discussing how hard it was to get all these working. Get Roxy in the photo.
Oh yeah. Okay, so like, the staging was difficult, right? But I got a couple pictures. I sent them off to my team, and they went and picked which one they like best. right? Because what I did, I shot a video on my work phone, because my work phone has better camera. Um, and
Are you
then
still using the Nexus 5?
I still am.
That thing is like going on 10 years, I think.
10? No
Maybe.
way.
Um, I got it. It was at least junior year of high school, maybe sophomore year. So it would have been 2015. Maybe
Okay.
not 10.
Yeah, 8.
8. It's still
Okay,
a
it's
long.
okay. Closer to 10 than 5. Yeah, like its only issue so far has been there's like one update of Spotify that
Wait, hold on. Would have been 2014. 2014 in the fall, or 2013 in the fall. Yeah, okay. 8 or 9. But yep, Spotify.
there's one update of Spotify that I don't know. I think it was the update of Spotify, but it meant that when I had Bluetooth on, and both the Maps app and Spotify open, one or the other would crash. And I was fine with Spotify crashing, you know, even though it's a little bit annoying when I'm driving. Oh, that's the other thing, right? Oh, and only when it was Bluetooth connected and driving, right? And I was, you know, like Spotify crashing. Okay, fine. I need to like, you know, I have it. You know, I have a little stand for my phone on my dash, right? So I need to go
Yeah, but
into it.
Maps.
I need to go and open up Spotify, but have it so that Maps doesn't crash. Because if Maps crash, oh boy, that's a different problem, right? Then I miss my exit, and if I don't know where I'm going.
On my you're in Alabama, out of gas, side of the road, hitchhiking. Yep.
So, um, but I think that's okay, and especially because now I know like where I'm going. Um, oh my goodness, I'm not sure I told you this. Sorry, side tangent on the side tangent. But last weekend, I was brave, and I left. So I go down like Highway 94. That's the highway that took us to Detroit, but it goes so far that it's you. I take it. I took it most of the way to get to you in Chicago. It just goes across the state. But there's this one really, really gross intersection between Highway 94 and another one that goes north-south. And it's just gross because, like, the people going from, like, westbound 94 onto southbound 23? 22? Like, they right cross over with the people going from southbound 22 to eastbound 94, right? And these two cross, right? So there's this very, very awkward intersection where people are merging from one to the other, and it's very, very small. I hate this intersection so much. There have been a couple like 18-wheelers and stuff that have gone from one to the other as well, and it's so difficult for them, right? Because they need to merge left to get onto 22 or whatever it is, 23. But like all the small cars are trying to get from 23 and need to merge onto 94. And it just they need to cross paths, and they're both signaling like, I want to go left, okay, but I want to go right. It just, it is the worst. But the route that the maps took me when I'm leaving doesn't take me past that intersection. So maybe this isn't like the most brave thing, but like I decided last Saturday on an impulse when heading out to beach volleyball, and like, you know what? I'll just get off and exit sooner and see where it puts me. And it puts me onto Michigan Avenue, and I know, I know where this is because this is close to where you know Maps goes and takes me off when I'm leaving or when I'm heading back home from volleyball. and I was able to go and kind of like navigate a little bit, do a little bit of just like on the fly navigation, and get myself to a spot where I knew where I was. And I was so proud of myself. Like I gushed about this to Brian, the event organizer, when it was just the two of us showing up at the beginning. I was gushing about how like, oh my goodness, I avoided this awful intersection, got onto Michigan Avenue early. And it's like, oh yeah, and we were able to go and have a conversation about highway intersections. But I love it when my sense of direction, like, wins out like that. That felt good. That felt good. Anyway, so sometimes the Nexus 5 can't handle Google Maps and Spotify at the same time when in the car, but I kind of know my way now, so that's not really an issue. Other than that, it's still chugging along. You still there?
Hold on.
Okay.
Microphone's behind my back. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
I said that's impressive, but it's still kicking.
Anyway, so that was a tangent about the Nexus.
Yeah.
So
I
I took a video with my work phone, and I cut a few frames of it, right? So we got a couple different tries of Roxy and I together, and as I was sending them to my workmates, I figured, oh, you know what? I'll just, I'll go send this to Farhan as well, right? Because like his kids like seeing dogs, So I went and sent it to him, and he's like, "Oh, cool. What is this for? You made a cheesecake?" I'm like, "Oh yeah, we have a bake-off. The rotational employees are having a bake-off." He's like, "What? That is so cool." And I'm like, "Oh, okay. Well, might as well go and..." Because, right, apparently, a lot of the bonding events that happened within the group, died out when COVID hit, right? And everyone started working remote. So he was intrigued. So I went and forwarded him a couple emails. And he just, oh my goodness, he went crazy. Like, I made his Monday morning. He was just over the moon, right? Because so one of the things that we did as a group was to come up with similarities for each other, like within our teams, right? And there was a competition for who had the most similarities. And Madeline, the person who's setting up all of these events and stuff up, went and actually sent a compiled everyone's commonalities together into like a single spreadsheet or spreadsheet document of some kind. And Farhan is just like, oh my goodness, I need to see this. So he goes and pings Madeline in the morning, like, hey, I want access to this. Super important for the team, the program that we're working on, and the rest of the group. And so he gets access from Madeline, and he's just having a blast. He's a kid in a candy shop, and then he scrolls down this email. And then he sees the logos that we came up with. And he is just absolutely in love. So one of the other teams is called Lightning McFarley, because there's a guy in our group who has the last name Farley. And they went and photoshopped this guy's like hair and eyes and mouth onto like Lightning McQueen from Cars. And he was just like, oh my goodness, this is so hilarious. And then he sees my, my Blazing Broncos logo with the car, the This Is Fine dog. And he's like, I need this. So he goes and pings Madeline. And it's like, hey, I need this picture. I need this really badly. Because I need to make stickers of it. And so Madeline goes and pings Leah, who's kind of like our team sort of liaison, I guess. She's maybe not the leader, but she's the one that's been submitting everything. So she's like, "Hey, these are the messages that Farhan sent me, and he included a screenshot of them, and he's so excited. He's so excited. Quick question: who was the one that made the logo? And it's like, oh yeah, you know, it was Wally that made the logo. So then, right, that was Monday. And Farhan, like I said, he's a kid in a candy shop with all this stuff. He finds it hilarious. He thinks it's very, very fun. He's super chill about everything. You know, like I was a little bit worried that this, you know, I've got this picture of a car on fire, you know, a Ford vehicle on fire, you know, as our logo, and I'm nervous, like, you know, what if some higher up sees this and sees this as like slander or something, you know? But no, Farhan wants to make stickers of this and like stick them onto vehicles, like that are like that are you know, test vehicles that just aren't working for whatever reason. So right, that was Monday, and like I said, he was a kid in the candy shop. He talked to me a little bit. He's like, "Oh my goodness, I love all these things that is happening." On Tuesday, we have our one-on-one in the morning, and he spends the first 5 minutes just once again just gushing about all of this. He is so fucking happy that this exists, and he wants to turn these things into stickers. And I told him my concerns. I'm like, yeah, you know, like, is this like slanderous to the company in some way? And he's like, oh, don't worry, we have said like worse things about, you know, worse programs before. Like, this is nothing. And he's just so fucking cavalier about it. It's just, I don't know. Anyway, I like my new supervisor. If you haven't gathered that, he's a pretty chill guy.
Yeah, it's good to work with somebody who has a sense of humor. Have you actually made the stickers yet?
I don't know, but he has the image now. He can do with it what he wants. I sent him the original image file.
Speaking of stickers, my mind did a couple of jumps. I checked out the makerspace by me on Tuesday.
It's pretty cool. It's like, it's not the invention studio, you know?
Yeah,
like
yeah.
Community invested. Like the stuff they've done with it. They have a forge. You can forge metal.
Dang.
There's guys making knives. Like homemade knives. When we were touring.
Dang, okay. Do you have any ideas of stuff you'd want to make? Like, what they'd be capable of helping you with?
Yeah, I've had the stuff I've wanted to make for a while. So, I was there with friends, and basically we decided if we get involved with this place, we're probably waiting until winter when there's not much else to do.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, that's why I didn't get involved in the invention studio at college. It's like, it was cool, but I knew if I got involved, it was going to be like a large percentage of my time. So I'm always hesitant to like start that level of commitment. But they have like the metal stuff that you can make on your own, metal wood lathes. They have one of those CNC like 3-dimensional metal machines. One of the things I want to do for a while is make like diffused shadows from Twilight Princess, but out of metal as like paperweights.
Mm-hmm. Oh shoot! I have a image I saw on Twitter. I need to go and send to you. It's very cute. Legend of Zelda related. Give me a minute.
But I just feel like that'd be really cool to have, like metal, like very dense objects with few shadow shapes. Other than that, I don't know.
There we go.
Oh, I heard text. Give me 1 second. I'm emptying my iron. Cute link. It's not JPEG.
Right? It's so fucking adorable. I saw this on Twitter. Um,
Yeah, those are pretty cute.
right, and you got Wolf Link there, and then you have like, um, I forget what the armor from. What is it? Is that found in Hourglass or
Spirit Tracks.
Spirit Tracks? Yeah. I forgot what that armor is like referred to, but you got that too, and then you have Skyward Sword, Zelda just dragging him along.
Man, Breath of the Wild 2 was like this year originally. Ugh. I need my Zelda fix. I think. Oh no, it was nice between what was it? Skyward Sword and Breath of the Wild. I think it's usually like about 5 years between the games. But they had a lot of other games that came out in that period. Like they remastered Majora's Mask, and they had the Link Between Worlds, the 3DS one. It's been nothing for a long time.
I thought
I
there
guess
was
they
a
remastered.
rhythm game they made, right?
Yes, but not Nintendo. It is some other company that. Well, okay, so it's a rhythm game that Nintendo approved another company to slap the Legend of Zelda
Theme on.
graphics on top of.
Okay.
Like it's its own game. I'm sure it's fun to play, but it's not a Zelda game, you know.
That image had me missing Twilight Princess. I love Twilight Princess.
Yeah, me too. If they made a Switch for it, I'd probably buy it. See, Breath of the Wild 2, Metroid Prime 4. Is that it? Is that all Nintendo has coming out soon? There's Splatoon. Splatoon's coming out. Oh, that's gotta be soon. Splatoon 3 release date September 9th.
Roxy, it's okay. It's okay that there are other dogs out there. No, we don't growl. We don't whine. Oh, at some point we need to go and play a Tunic together.
I was literally just thinking that. I didn't want to bring it up because I want to wait a couple more months.
No, it's fine. It's fine. I mean, I'm playing Hammerwatch now, but like I have not touched Horizon in weeks. And that's next on my like gaming goals.
I feel like, I mean, it's your thing. You do what you want to do. But just skip Horizon Zero Dawn replay and go to the new one.
No, I need it. I need to remind myself what happened.
That's what
I need
Wikipedia is
to.
for.
Oh, okay. I'll say this about. Sorry, going back a couple topics. I'll say this about Luke and Morgan's wedding date, though. You know, having that so far in advance gives me like a chance to like get their wedding present. I've mentioned their wedding present, right? What I want to do.
But remind
Okay,
me.
no. I'm not gonna have it on camera, but
Oh, okay.
it'll give me like it'll give me time to work on that because I have like a fixed due date for it now, you know, and I can kind of like schedule other projects around it as well. Um,
No, I need
I've
to
made
figure out where
so
to
much
get them.
recent progress on Ridley. Did I show you that progress?
Not one-on-one, but I saw the Instagram photo.
Oh no. All right, I'm gonna go send
The
you some
shading
more
was
stuff.
very good, but I think you hadn't done a specular pass yet by the looks of it.
I did a what pass over it?
You had done like a shading pass, but it looks like it still needs specular and details, maybe.
Oh, everyone's playing boxes right now. Fuck. Yeah, I'll show you. God, I love this Link and Zelda picture. It's so cute. It's so cute. Projects, drawings, 2020, because that's when I started this thing.
God damn, I thought it was last year.
No. This was my first project that I tried to commit myself to when I got my drawing tablet. This is back when I was still chatting regularly with Linda. Oh no. I need to go and re-export the image. Actually, you know what? I also kind of need to go to the bathroom. So, and I'm almost done with this floor here. Oh, I say that, and then I ran into a bajillion people. Okay, no, I've still got quite a bit of floor. But once this floor is over, I'm gonna go and leave to go and handle things. I also need to go and heat up lunch and eat that.
Okay.
So maybe 3 more minutes, unless I die before then, which is very possible considering where I got myself into. All right, survived by popping potion. Have you seen Hades? Have you played Hades?
Yeah, Tanner bought it for me.
Oh, okay. So yeah, think like that, right? I don't know if there's potion in Hades actually.
Hades I don't like because your health doesn't regen. It's like every piece of damage you take sticks with you, and it
Yeah.
sucks.
Yeah.
I got up till I think the Minotaur. That was it. I think I only got there because I got one of those crazy buffs that actually gives you regen.
Was it okay? Was it actually regen though, or was it lifesteal or something like that? Because lifesteal is a bit of a a what do you call it? The dagger, two-bladed dagger, double-edged sword, because it means you have to be facing enemies, right?
I don't remember. This was a long time ago.
Okay.
But it was something where I didn't have to, like, the premise of the game, the like core mechanic where health doesn't regen, it was thrown out the door, and it was fantastic.
Okay. Yeah, so I basically I didn't pop like a death defy, but it was similar sort of thing, right? I needed to pop potion, or I would have died there. But I think I'm done with this floor. There's a couple more enemies to beat up, but I'm not feeling particularly vindictive right now, and I do need to go and sort some things out. So thank you for chatting with me. That sounds so weird. Sounds so weird to
Especially
thank you.
on camera.
Yeah. No, it's been nice. I'll get this Ridley picture re-exported to include the progress I made yesterday when I was on the Instagram live. Because I did make some progress while on the Instagram live. But yeah, other than that, nothing big. I'm gonna be calling up a couple people about pet things today, so.
All right. Well,
Well,
bye.
well,
Love you.
okay, bye.